Exciting. Nakakakaba. Bongga. Solid. Breathtaking.
Wasakan, sparge,
Colorful.
mabagsik, mind-blowing, challenging,
Electrifying. Fabulous.
malupit, exquisite,
Fierce. Garena. Durugan. Extreme.
Galvanizing.
Badass.
League of Legends.
Collegiate League 2016. Sprinter. December 13.
13.
13. 13. 2015.
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. onwards.
Hashtag get school.
Vacation's over.
Vacation is over.
Good afternoon, Summoners. Welcome to the LoL Collegiate League 2016 Spring Term. We will be your shoutcasters for this afternoon. I am GS Riku.
And I'm GS Neep.
Yes, so first off, let's take a look at the schedule for today. We will be witnessing the playoffs later on. But first up, we are going to witness the tiebreaker between MIT versus CPU. So no BO3s, no later pa yun. So it's going to be the regular showing, the regular match.
Yeah, and I believe if CPU does manage to win the game versus MIT, we will not have the AMA versus MIT game. CPU will be advancing directly to the playoffs, where they will be facing against SLU, St. Louis University from
Interesting.
Baguio.
I see. So guys, wag na natin to patagalin pa. Let's head on to our picks and bans for our first match for tonight. For this afternoon, rather, CPU versus MIT. Right there. First off, Fiora ban.
Yeah, so Fiora, very strong top laner and fairly standard ban. Like, she's been banned for probably the last couple months.
Yeah,
Just
haven't
really
seen
strong
her
pick, yeah.
for a while.
So we do see the LeBlanc ban as well. Once again, another strong assassin. Really hassle to deal with once the LeBlanc starts to get ahead. And especially if the LeBlanc player is extremely talented.
Let's see though. So
Yeah.
that is a target ban to cuss.
I guess so. Maybe it's just a ban in general. They just don't want to deal with that
Okay.
LeBlanc.
All right. So
Yeah.
I guess normally dito sa LCL, more on the general
Yeah.
bans more than the target.
But there's a lot of
unless
one-trick ponies
Yeah.
in the LCL as well.
sometimes they target ban those popular strong players. For example, I think Zyken was
The
priority
Annie ban.
ban.
Yeah, the Annie and Riven from Zyken.
Yep. So that's gonna be a Tom Kench as well. Gangplank. So mid and top.
Yeah, the Tom Kench ban's actually pretty interesting. Tom Kench hasn't really seen that much play since 6.2 due to his nerfs, where they really nerfed his ultimate and they really just nerfed him in general. So he's not as strong as he used to be, and as a result, he hasn't seen that much play. However, CPU still banning that Tom Kench.
Yeah, and I also like the Lulu ban as well. At least it cancels out a lot of potential jogger comps like the Jinx or the Kog'Maw, especially Kog'Maw right now, really strong.
Yeah, so we do see the first pick, Trundle, coming in for CPU. Trundle, fairly strong top laner right now and a fairly strong support. He has received a bit of nerfs, so he's not as popular as he used to be. However, still a very good champion in general. And we do see that Udyr.
Wait, is Zerot portal enabled already?
No, however, that's still going to be that Runic Echo Udyr. So
Okay.
regardless of whether Zerot portal is in the game or not, that is still a very strong Udyr. Udyr does have the highest win rate in solo queue, and it's just really annoying. The movement speed you get, like, you're extremely mobile with that Udyr. You do a decent amount of damage with that Phoenix dance, and you're just a little bit more tankier with that turtle stance. So really good and really strong. I'm really excited to see this Udyr in action.
Because it's gonna be the second time we're gonna see it in competitive play. I think PGS Hex used it against Naga Esports last time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so this is gonna be a second time. It's gonna be an LCL. Meanwhile, that's gonna be an Elise Illusion locked in for CPU for MIT. Wait, what?
CPU's on the blue side, MIT's on the red side.
Okay, thanks for clearing
Yeah.
that up.
So Elise and Lucian, both really strong priority picks. Lucian, probably one of the best AD carries in the current meta right now, and Elise with that Runic Echoes does a decent amount of damage. Really strong ganking with that Cocoon and with that Repel. And it's going to be really interesting to see. And if MIT does decide to go for this Kog'Maw, they're going to be looking to get that scaling and go for that Link. No Kog'Maw.
They're still deciding.
I have a feeling they're going to lock in that Kog'Maw.
Now he's hovering over tons of
maybe I
ADCs
jinxed
now.
it.
Maybe, like, you want to do a bet?
Alright, let's bet.
Kog'Maw. No. Ezreal.
Alright, I'm still on Kog'Maw.
You know, MG? What if both of us are wrong? What if I'm wrong?
What if you're wrong? Well, you
Then
got...
I give you a mystery gift.
Alright, well,
Did I
yeah.
say Ezreal?
You
I
did
said
say it.
Ezreal.
Alright, I guess
got
you
a
won.
free
Alright.
mystery. Anyway, let's go back.
Alright, so it looks like they were hovering over that that Kog'Maw. However, looking at their comp, I feel like Ezreal is probably the better choice. Because the thing with Ezreal is that it synergizes actually pretty decently with the Udyr, as you do have that slow from the Iceborne Gauntlet to help Udyr stick onto the targets a lot more easier. So you can slow someone down with your Ezreal Mystic Shot, then Udyr can just easily follow up with that Bear Stance.
Yeah, well, you could also do that with Void Ooze, but I guess it's a more safer pick compared to the Kog'Maw, especially if you're aiming
and it
for
just
a
really
more...
synergizes with that mobility that Mapua has with their team comp, with that Udyr, with that Orianna, who does have that W to speed everyone up, and Poppy as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's gonna be really hard for CPU. They do not have any form of disengage aside from the Trundle for the pillar. And that's not really the hardest disengage of all.
Yeah, it definitely is not. Well, it's a pretty... I think we've talked about this. We've talked about this before.
It's a hard engage.
Yeah,
but then,
it's a pretty hard engage.
But then, I think it's not as reliable as like a Monsoon or
it definitely isn't.
Tidal Wave by
I'll give
Nami.
you that.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, they do have secured their lock champions here for the mid lane. It's going to be a Lux, and for the top, we're going to have a Darius. So yeah, finalizing that, they're going to be aiming for the really bursty and, what do you call this, aggressive laning here.
The Elise with that early game jungling is going to be looking to try to snowball one of the lanes and really get it going. I feel like the best chance to snowball a lane would probably be that top lane. Possibly, yeah, the top lane is probably the best chance where Elise is going to get the kill. Really just get that Darius going in that top lane where he can just become a beast come those mid-game and late-game team fights. However, it's going to be pretty difficult as they've got one tanky team and a fairly defensive team actually coming in from that Mapua side.
Yeah. I kind of want to ask you though, why is Braum so popular in the Philippines?
I think Braum's actually just popular
everywhere?
in general. Yeah, I was taking a look at the champions played in the past 2 weeks for like LPL, LCK, LCS and stuff like that. And I think Braum is the second most played support.
Oh, cool.
Like,
because I remember before he wasn't that
before
much.
It was just like a Philippine thing. However, the other teams have really started to pick up Braum as well, and I can see why, as there's a lot of skill shots. Like a lot of the champions right now that are viable are really skill shot heavy, and
really
you've got that
heavy.
triple, lots of poke. Like Nidalee, for example, is starting to see a lot of play.
Yeah.
And in general, just Braum just does a really good job of blocking all of that and just providing peel and providing like pretty decent engage. So
yeah, there are siege comps are also popular.
Yeah, siege comps definitely really popular as well.
And that's why you gotta get that Braum for buying some time and save the towers and objectives. Meanwhile, you're just waiting for the delay. And Trundle, though, I've seen he's not that popular as before, right?
Yeah, definitely not as popular as before, but still in a decent spot.
Okay. So the thing that I like about the meta right now is that suddenly we see Janna back again, we see Nami into play. Yeah, I kind of miss that because it's always nalang Alistar, then Trundle,
well,
and
Alistar is still really, really good.
I know. But then at least expand na yung champion pool of what is in the meta in terms of play. I mean, hindi sila masyado na outshine yung utility supports.
And hopefully we see a lot more of that coming into the later games, as we have a lot of games tonight, guys.
Yeah, like potentially
up to 8 games, potentially up to 8 games. So we will be having, let's bring up the schedule actually once again, just to inform everyone of what's going down, as that is a lot of games. So right now we do have MIT versus CPU, and let's say MIT does manage to take this game off CPU, there will be another game which will be AMA versus MIT, as well as a best. So then after those matches, we will be having our actual playoff matches, which is Ofu versus CSP. That will be a best of 3. And then we will be having De La Salle versus UP as the other best of 3.
Man, super exciting games tonight. And also, it's Save the Queen's birthday today. That is, who's that? The Poppy
The
from
Poppy,
Mapua
yeah.
Institute of Technology.
So happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one and good luck with the game, everybody. So, ito, match and win, paunahan ng laban. May code na lalabas sa screen ng pinapanood yung game. Ang code ay kulang ng isang character, pwedeng letra, pwedeng numero. Hulaan ang missing character. I-redeem ang code sa LOL Store sa game client. May tab sa lower left for codes. Ang maunang makahula ng tama at makaredeem ay mananalo ng match and win bundle na ito. And yes, kasama na ang skin bundle. Nasa skin bundle ang champion. So, you don't have to worry, guys. If you don't have the champion, included na yon. So, yung match and win natin for today, it can appear at any moment, at any time, at any game. So,
and those are some really rare skins. You actually can't buy those anymore in the store. Ice Toboggan Corky is probably the rarest one out there.
What's a toboggan?
A toboggan is, it's like the thing that you go.
What?
I don't know how to explain it, but it's a thing you use in the winter, right? It's like a sleigh sort of thing. Yeah, like they have like Olympic sports for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you slide down
It's
it.
sled?
Something like that.
It's something. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
So
All right.
Ice Toboggan Corky, guys. And actually that skin was actually skinned to promote the 2012 Vancouver Winter Games.
And after that, you don't have any means of getting it
Yeah,
again.
so it's a really rare skin, guys, and it looks pretty cool in game. So make
I
sure
actually haven't seen it yet.
it's Corky in a toboggan.
But are there new particles
There's no
in
new
it?
particles. It's actually one of the first legendary skins in the game,
Oh.
but there aren't no new particles.
Okay.
It's just
Interesting.
really rare.
Man, I want one.
Yeah.
I bet you guys want one too. So, ito na lang yung sasabihin. Sinasabi lagi ni Shinbu advice, while you're watching the LCL, open your clients na para ready niya. Itambay nyo na yung sa store, sa code. So, just in case mag-appear yung match and win codes sa screens ninyo, at least ready na yung client nyo. You have nothing to worry about aside from, maunahan kayo and guessing the code right.
Yeah, so we are now loading into the game. Once again, this is a tiebreaker match between CPU versus MIT. And a lot's on the line. I bet there's a lot of pressure on both these teams to succeed. Mapua has never been in the playoffs before, and CPU is a new team into these LCL.
That's
so
true.
both teams fairly new to the scene, and it's going to be really interesting to see which team comes out on top and who will make it to the finals to face, will make it off to the playoffs rather, to face off against SLU.
What were the situations again? Like if CPU wins this match,
Then they go. Then they already proceed to the playoffs.
Playoffs. Meanwhile, if MIT wins,
Then they're tied with AMA.
oh, interesting. Interesting. Oh my God, I'm super excited. But this is just game one. There's also gonna be best of 3 series later on. The OFU versus CSB and DLSU versus UP matches, and of course match and win. What else?
Actually, it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I just realized that, let's say CSB won and let's say DLSU won, it'd kind of be, you'd have a scenario where you could have the first season of LCL, like have the same finals where it was LaSalle versus CSB once again.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, season 1. Okay, let's recap. The first split of the LCL
was CSB versus DLSU.
And who won that? That was CSB
won.
winning, right?
Yeah.
Then the second split, the summer split.
It was UST versus PUP.
And UST won.
Yeah.
So now we're
And
at the
PUP
playoffs.
and UST aren't in the playoffs this time around.
Really?
Yeah.
PUP and UST aren't on the playoffs?
They're not in the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe the playoff matches are going to be SLU versus whoever wins this tiebreaker match. You have OFU versus CSB. You have USC versus UI. And then you have DLSU versus UP.
Wow.
So no UST and no PUP.
So last year's finalists aren't even going to be at the playoffs. That's super huge. I mean, I think did they do have did they have any roster changes or?
UST had a couple roster changes. I believe they lost James Meister and Raze.
Oh yeah, because Ray's now is at the Pro Gaming Series.
Yeah.
He's at Imperium Pro Team Blue. So yeah, this is also the road to PGS as well. I mean, if you perform really well
Yeah,
at the
doesn't the
LCL.
winner get a spot or something like that?
Yeah, no announcements yet so far, but yeah, we'll see. Just stay tuned for more announcements. But yeah, that is another way to get into the PGS if they see you performing well in the streams or off stream, since there are VODs
Yeah.
for the LCL unstreamed games. You know, maybe a PGS team can pick you up and hey man, want to join our PGS team?
I don't think it works like that.
No, I know. Just never mind me.
All
Tilting
right.
me again.
Well, the game hasn't even started. I think it's too early to tilt.
You're right.
Yeah.
Damn it. 2 points for Neep, 0 for Riku.
Well, you've got the entire day, so maybe you can come back.
Okay. Okay, anyway. How's your day, Neep?
It's been okay. It's been
Good to
okay.
hear.
Yeah.
Are you excited to play League of Legends
Yeah,
later?
I'm really excited to play League of Legends. And yeah, like I think after this, I just want to go home and play some League of Legends.
Wait, aren't you Challenger now?
Yeah, I just hit Challenger last night.
Congratulations. I wish I could feel.
You wish you could feel that Challenger experience.
Shout outs to Asarai, by the way. Anyway, yeah, I wish I could feel that kind of experience, you know.
Getting
being
to Challenger?
Yeah. How long did it take you to get to Challenger?
Well, from the season start till now, so I think you can do the math. Maybe like a month or so.
Okay.
And yeah, guys, it looks like we are now finally loaded into the Rift. This is the match between Central Philippine University and Mapua Institute of Technology. And it's going to be a really interesting match. Once again, this is the tiebreaker. And I guess we should go ahead and introduce the players for the blue side. We are having CPU, and in the top lane, we'll be having Pacifist on the Darius. For the jungle, we will be having Raging Tacos playing that Elise. For the mid lane, we will be having Cuss on the Lux. And for that bot lane duo, we have Yan
Yan
and Krug Juice on that Lucian and Trundle.
I love the names in LCL. Anyway,
Yeah.
going to Mapua Institute of Technology on the red side. We have Save the Queen up top with a Poppy. In the jungle, we have Udyr with Awesome. In the mid lane, we have Nick is such a cutie with the Oriana. And for the bottom lane duo, we have Nal Tomori and Braum with a and Achilles. Is that Achilles?
I think so.
Achilles.
Achilles.
It's spelled
It's like-
Achilles.
It's like a cool way to spell Achilles.
Achilles. Okay, Achilles on the Braum support. I
Yeah.
do read Greek mythology, Asarai.
Yeah, so we do see that an evade is coming in. That was a very nice pillar by Krug Juice, but there was a pause, and Achilles already forced to use his flash right off the bat.
Yeah, and I'm play-by-play.
Yeah, well, it seemed like you were distracted, so I had to step in.
Thank you very much, Neeb.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What a great support.
Yeah, in-game and out of game.
Yes, definitely. Anyway, we're going to proceed with the game, and nothing will happen there aside from, the flash being burned, and they're going to just retreat there.
So that was a pretty worth trade coming in from CPU. No flash burnt no flash on that Braum now. And that should give a lot of opportunities for that Elise to maybe make a play happen in that early game. And that's what CPU really needs right now. They really just need to get that early lead coming in for them in order to succeed in this game.
Yeah, and looks like there's not going to be any other funny movements. It's going to be standard lanes for both the teams here for game one.
Yeah, and what's interesting to point out is that the Trundle actually bought a
pink
pink ward.
ward.
Yeah, so he placed that right at the bush behind the red buff. So spotting the invades from coming in from the Udyr, as the Udyr is one of those champions where you can really just like invade the enemy jungle and control it. So that pink ward will be able to spot him out. If he decides to do anything sneaky and go for one of those invades, they will be able to spot it out, punish it, and prevent that Udyr from doing any damage.
It looks like he's not going to be doing anything sneaky just yet. Binding connects. Just a little trade there. Just a little poke there from the Lux.
Yeah.
Oh, nicely done, Pillar, by the... Yeah, nothing's gonna... Just gonna be a couple of trades here, but looks like the top lane really wants to do some action. And the trade obviously won by
Yeah, the Poppy.
Poppy. Whoops,
And
not getting the heal.
Q doesn't hit, and
Oh.
ow.
Ouch!
Half HP.
Yeah, 1/4 right now with the corrupting potion as well. Both of them do have that, but save the queen. Happy birthday, getting and winning the trades as well.
Yeah, birthday buffs right there. Winning that trade. Let's see if he's able to use those buffs to win the game.
But kaya pa minsan na pag birthday lumalakas?
I don't know.
I think it's... I remember last time, my last birthday, I never... Parang nag-marathon ako for like 12 and to 5 a.m. Okay, hold that thought. 1/4 HP Pacifist, still really brave right now to take in the trades from Save the Queen.
Yeah, and the Elise is starting to finish up that blue buff, so most likely Elise will be roaming towards that top side to get in a gank. Udyr has the same idea as
Whoop.
Pacifist.
Oh no, that's on the wall. Q in for the heal, but just the hammer wins the game. Save the Queen first blood.
Yeah, no jungler was needed for that gank, actually, to make anything happen right there. Both flashes were burnt. That's already a really huge lead coming in from Poppy, and it's going to be a lot of trouble coming from Darius. We were talking about earlier how the Elise should probably be trying to snowball that Darius in the top lane. However, with that kill, it really changes up the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, especially he's already behind in CS and probably even in levels as well.
Yeah, the lane's actually shoving towards his side. However, he does have teleport, so he probably won't miss too much. Yeah.
All right. So right now, it's just... I think bot lane wouldn't be... we won't be seeing much action aside from pokes and harass. But yeah, just as you said earlier, it's a top lane that's going to be getting a lot of action here. Even the mid lane is quite safe. They both have shields. They both have slows and speeds just to... What do you call this? Try to counter. Oops!
Wow.
There comes Poppy again. Smashing
moment he gets
Pacifist into
lane.
the wall. Half HP. Right now, Darius actually getting the even trade there. Actually winning that.
Yeah, however, there's still a lot of damage done to the Darius considering how he just walked into lane, and we do see a gank in that mid lane.
Whoop! Flash for Nick is such a cutie. Meanwhile, here comes awesome Rappel to the minions. Back, and now they are going to be safe for now.
Yeah, and Udyr just doing his best to put as much pressure as he can on the map. Will he spot that pink ward? He does indeed.
There you go.
And the ping does go down, so Trundle probably feeling a bit sad right now. 75 gold down the drain.
Oh man, now he has to go back and buy another. Meanwhile, we see Udyr making his way on the bot side.
Yeah, but at least has the same idea on that top side of the map as well.
Let's see though if there's gonna be, will the cocoon land? And here comes Apprehend Pacifist, 1/4 HP right now. The cocoon does hit, nicely done. W saves the queen, still doesn't have flash anymore, and he will die. Raging Tacos gets the kill.
Yeah, that's exactly what CPU needed. Very good gank to just rebalance, reset the lane in that top side of the map. It's now slightly more even for this Darius and the Poppy matchup. And meanwhile, Udyr wasn't able to get that gank in that bot lane.
Yeah, it's really difficult right now, especially I think he was spotted. They were aware that he was just there at the bot side. And now Udyr still finding opportunities around the map to create pressure. And for now, Lux is safe naman kasi.
Yeah, and it looks like the Poppy does have the Bami Cinder now, so that's actually a pretty big item advantage compared to that Doran shield and longsword coming in from the Darius.
Whoops.
Yeah, so some connection problems coming in from both teams. A lot of connection problems, actually.
Wow.
Is that everyone? No, half,
No, it's not. It's not. Half. Both teams have disconnected players. Well, I'd like to talk about it's so, I mean, oo nga, nag-expand nga yung pool ng mid, nag-expand yung pool ng top, but then you'd always see the same dang ADCs, Ezreal and Lucian. Like, what is up with that?
There was a period, actually, where Lucian and Ezreal were fairly weak. Like, Ezreal only just started seeing play again recently. So
Exactly.
I don't think it's the exact same ADCs.
No, I mean right now.
Right now?
At the moment, it's like all you see is Lucian, Ezreal. Lucian, Ezreal. No, in our scene.
And well, they are the strongest AD carries right now. I mean, we take a look at Lucian and Ezreal. What they both provide is that they're extremely mobile. They have both dashes. They both have a fairly nice spike. They both have a pretty decent item spike with that Essence Reaver and with that Gauntlet build. So And they're just like generally just they're very safe. They provide decent poke and they do a decent amount of damage, and that's really what makes. Well, that was what made an AD carry strong right now. Meanwhile, right now in the current meta, we're seeing Kog'Maw starting to see a resurgence in play, and Kog'Maw really
it's
strong.
actually refreshing because even though we see na, like Quinn is the thing, the big thing, parang ganon.
Yeah.
Graves, jungle, ganyan. But then it's still the Lucian and Ezreal as of this moment.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Ezreal's just really strong with that 35 cooldown reduction, like 15 minutes in, and flash.
Whoa! Nick is such a cutie. No mana, no escape, no flash either. Just one more auto attack. Raging Tackle gets the ignite. Even the turret hits and the stun from Awesome. And that is a 1-for-1 trade here in the mid lane.
Yeah, so far this game has been very even in regards to trades. However, MIT does have that 300 gold advantage so far. However, that is pretty much nothing. Considering how early into the game it is, and 300 gold isn't that much in general.
This Udyr though, it's like I haven't seen him that much right now creating pressure around the map. It's almost like he's just countering.
He did make an attempt in that bot lane. He's actually been doing a decent job of rotating between the lanes. It's just that there's not really, he hasn't actually like had a gank, but there has been pressure made by the Udyr, seeing as the CPU players have been forced to play a bit more passive every time he walks by.
Oh yeah, that's true. But meanwhile, this bot lane super duper advanced right now in the lane against Mapua University. Mapua Institute of Technology, rather. And right now, it's normal that vision is lacking. They still don't have their sight stones intact.
Yeah, a bunch of pink wards actually have been bought already, though. There's 2 pink wards for the blue side and 1 pink ward for that red side.
Yeah, and right now it's like Elise is making her way towards the blue side just to add vision. Rather, meanwhile, that Save the Queen smashing Darius into the wall once again. Queuing back Pacifist, getting some HP to regenerate, and that's just a trade. Pacifist very, very low as of this moment.
Yeah. And let's see what happens actually. The top lane trades.
Udyr again trying to create pressure, and Elise is just right there for the counter again, just in case something happens.
Yeah, but both of them were actually spotted by pink wards, so nothing's gonna really happen there.
They're out of my way. Sabani save the queen, get out of lane. Almost half HP, but they still have a couple of stacks in their corruption.
They both have the word corrupt in it.
Yeah. Corruption potion. Corrupting
we can
potion.
check real quick.
Yeah.
Corrupting
potion. Yeah, that's true. So the corrupting potion, they both have stacks. 2 but in for the Poppy. So I guess Pacifist might run out of juice later on.
Yeah, we did see that Udyr actually tried to go for that gank in that top lane, considering how low Pacifist was, and that hurts a lot.
Wow. Half HP right away, save the queen, still landing in some hammer hurt onto the Darius. Meanwhile, that is Poppy bleeding from Darius's passive. That's okay, it's okay, you're still fine.
Yeah, they're both pretty fine, but the Darius is actually doing a pretty good job of keeping up in CS despite the amount of aggression that this Poppy has been putting down throughout the laning phase. And
yeah, he's just farming.
He does need to be careful though, as Poppy is going to be in a position soon where she can go for that tower dive. However, Elise is on the top side of the map, so...
Yeah, but gets spotted by the Taunty, by the Scuttler there in the river. He's forced to go back and take a Gromp for first.
Yeah, and the game so far fairly safe, I guess.
Yeah,
we should probably be seeing a lot of action come the 15-minute mark. That's probably gonna be when both teams are gonna start grouping up for that dragon and when they're gonna start completing their important items.
Yeah, and look at that, at least there. Tamang-tama, nandito yung dalawang junglers sa top side. Let's see if they're gonna make something out of this. The lane is just too shoved at MIT, so it's kind of hard to make something happen there for Raging Tacos. And just wanna put it out there that I guess the pressure is building for these two teams, especially that it is gonna be their road to playoffs, and it's gonna be the deciding factor whether there's still an LCL or not.
Yeah, definitely. They both definitely want to make it to the playoffs. They both want to make it and have an opportunity of taking it all. And this game, lots on the line, lots of pressure.
Exactly. That's why they're like too afraid to make moves. And that is a shockwave right there. Cuss is still alive with all the shields in the world. Nick is such a cutie.
Yeah, Nick is such a cutie. Will not be able to get that kill though, so unfortunate.
Yeah, Ignite out of reach from Nick is such a cutie. Well, we forgot to point out that the CPU team is wearing the double TP comp compared to the MIT one, where Nick is such a cutie is aiming for the aggressive lane and trying to get the kills onto the Lux, but I guess it's super difficult, especially that Lux has the longer range and would probably need the Udyr's help to get the kill secured.
Well, the Lux is on the enemy team, so I'm not sure how he's going to get Udyr's help at all.
No, I mean, Nick is such a cutie. Ariana's help.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely, that is true. The Udyr is definitely going to be an important factor when going into this mid lane to set up for those ganks, and so far hasn't really worked out for them. Nick is such a cutie with 1 death, and
yeah, at least
not
adding
working out.
some pressure here. Meanwhile, Pacifist very brave, advancing the lane now. Probably not afraid of the Poppy anymore with the Phage in, but still, he should be careful. Poppy is really painful right now.
He has that Sunfire cape already finished, so that's a very early Sunfire cape, and Udyr spotted out by that ward.
Yeah, the very, very safe in lanes because the vision, parang the vision is always there.
Yeah.
So there's no time, no vulnerable moment for these two teams. Meanwhile, Save the Queen going all in. Pacifist apprehends the Poppy, but the shield just saves out and cancels out the DOTs from Darius.
Yeah, and Poppy should be in a position where he can go for that tower dive actually if she wanted to. However, Elise is on the wing and so is Udyr, so I'm expecting a fight to break out between these two junglers very soon.
Yeah, there's a ward there advance, and it looks like Darius does have teleport, so he should try to make a play. It's just that Poppy's just so, is just creating so much pressure in the top that he's not being allowed to make any moves for his CPU.
Yeah, and we do see that Udyr is coming in through the bush, so they are really looking to get this kill right now in that top lane. Let's see what happens.
Well, there's the Udyr flash and bear slap. Pacifist gets the ultimate from the keeper. Save the Queen. One more. There's the heal. Pacifist, oh my god, still lives. And that's Lux slowing Save the Queen down. Awesome still running for his life. CPU Pacifist doesn't have flash anymore. And that is Save the Queen just dashing in. Finds the Darius. But the final spark will find him as well. And that's a kill for CPU. Meanwhile, everybody from MIT on the run. And the binding connects again. Where's the cocoon? But that's a shockwave and ignite. One more burn tick. And that's a 1-for-1 exchange for both teams. Oh, it's not yet over. Here comes the calling. Lucian wants it, and that's a flash. Again, Yanyan will get the kill. It's a 1-for-2 pala in favor of CPU.
And that was a very, very aggressive and a bit too greedy play coming in from Save the Queen. However, there is more.
Oh, the wrestler just wants to scare
one by
Lucian
one.
here. Yeah, one by
Everyone
one.
wants a piece of the action. Like after those 10 minutes of that boring laning phase,
Yeah.
it's like I want to fight.
I want to fight. Let's make something
Guys,
happen.
wait for me.
Let me be a part of this. And meanwhile, that's Lucian back to lane. Like, it started from the bot lane, from the top.
Yeah, and it was actually a very good teleport coming from Lux. I feel like that's the deciding factor of why that went so much in favor to CPU. Well, why that went in favor of CPU rather. The Lux teleport was crucial to that top lane gank as he was able to respond there a lot more faster. Was able to force the flashes because of that light binding. Meanwhile, Nick is such a cutie, had to walk all the way from that mid lane and significantly slower to that fight.
Yeah, since Lux's teleport is gone, you can see a ward there, an advanced ward there in the bot lane. So if ever Save the Queen does teleport for the team, and here comes Awesome, there's the bear, there's Udyr, Yanyan gets slowed by the wrestler here, and that is just them wanting to destroy Pink Ward. Meanwhile, that's counter, that's the Elise for the counter gank, and MIT is forced back.
And it's just been both teams is responding very well to the ganks coming in from both sides, and because of that, the kill count has been very low as they've always been forced to just back away. before they can
Man.
really do anything.
Yeah, look at that. Save the Queen actually going in. Pacifist right now. Half HP. Save the Queen. Backing off. Just trying to wait for the ticks to expire here. And that's the really painful poke. Will save the Queen. Pick up the shield. Nope, it's going to be Darius just squashing it down. Back to the ground. And that is save the Queen. Back again. All the trades. Apprehend. Come here, Poppy. Oh my god. 1/4 HP right now. But that's
Wow.
really great timing for the Keeper's verdict here. And that is just going to be a disengage for the top lane.
Yeah, and meanwhile, we do see a very nice rotation coming in from Mapua, going immediately towards that dragon. And I think this might be the dragon for Mapua. CPU is quite far away. However, Darius does have that teleport available, and Elise is almost there.
Whoop, get slowed, get shockwave. Ouch!
Ow.
Thunderlords, just super painful right now. And that is the great delay. And will the Culling get it? He does have the smite. And MIT gets the first dragon of the game. Binding connects onto 2 members. And that is Demacia. And the final spark will eliminate the Braum. But let's see, Awesome still staying awesome and alive. It's just 1 kill in exchange of the dragon.
Yeah, so that trade, pretty interesting. I think actually might be in favor of the
CPU?
Yeah, no, of MIP. I think Mapua came on top of that. They did lose the player. They did lose 1 player for that dragon. However, the dragon is actually pretty significant, especially that first one. That 6% extra damage does add up quite a bit.
Yeah.
And that death was on the Braum, so Braum not missing out on too much.
Yes.
However, they just need to be wary of this Lux, as this Lux is starting to get a lot scary. Has picked up that Morello Nomcon and has picked up that Long Rod. So she will be doing a lot of damage.
Exactly, and the kills are actually going to that scary, scary Lux. Meanwhile, though, kills are pretty even on MIT side, like 1 apiece for those 3 scary champions. Udyr, Poppy, Orianna really can be painful and troublesome as well. Meanwhile, that's Ezreal just chilling, but he has already a gauntlet completed.
And you know what? I called it. I said 15 minutes there would be the dragon fight, and that dragon fight was at 15 minutes.
I still get a mystery gift.
All right, I'm just saying that I called the dragon fight. That was a different topic.
Okay, I'm just
But
saying.
speaking of the dragon fight and speaking of the power spikes, we do see that both bot lane AD carries have completed their big items. We do see that Ionians and Iceborne Gauntlet has been completed by that Ezreal, so the 35 cooldown reduction as long as those slows will be doing quite a bit of damage in lane.
Wow.
And the Essence Reaver by the
Look at this bait though, and there's a stun coming from the Udyr. Pacifist forced to do a flash burned.
Yeah, so it looks like Mapua learned their lesson from the last time they tried to go for the tower dive. Instead of following it up with that flash, they immediately backed off. And actually, that time around, they actually could have gotten that kill.
Yeah. It's just that there's a threat of Cuss. He does have teleport already. That's the Culling being unleashed. Greatly placed pillar. Meanwhile, everybody's flashing in. Pacifist is gonna die right now.
They need to be careful.
By raising Taco. That's Cuss. And where's the final spark? There it is. Demacia. She's on a rampage right now. And that's a 1-for-1 so far. Awesome running for his life. Great. Dark binding right there. Cuss will get the auto attack proc. And that's awesome with the Scuttler buff with the movement speed as well from the Orianna.
Yeah, so it looks like they didn't learn their lesson.
Yeah.
Actually decided to go for that tower dive anyways. And once again, Deja Vu got punished by that teleport from Lux, and that's another kill onto Lux right now. 4-0, 1 and a gank in that mid lane by Tacos.
So trying to get into position for a nice cocoon. Nicely
really
done.
smart.
Sidestep by raging Tacos. Greatly, nicely done there.
Yeah.
Because you were anticipating the shockwave, and that is a nicely done knockup as well. Krug Juice just landing the exhaust as well. Yan, there's a heal being Krug. Krug Juice, no mana, 1 more stack, and he's gonna get stunned. Achilles, everybody's under the tower. Action everywhere, unstoppable. That's a snipe from Cuz. Juice super low right now. Just 1 more auto attack. Save the Queen. Very persistent. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna get you. Meanwhile, now Tomori getting into the position, slowing people down with the gauntlet. And that Save the Queen super tanky right now with the Sunfire and everything. And they decide to disengage. Pacifist super low. I take it back. They're not gonna disengage. There's the slow. Pacifist is gonna get the Mystic shot. Double binding just to delay them. But that's a 2-for-1 in favor of MIT. It's not stopping. Hold that thought.
Awesome wants it.
Awesome wants it. That's denied by the cocoon there. So yeah, it's a 2-for-1.
Yeah, so that trade definitely in favor of Mapua, and they are now actually with that gold lead, and this gold lead should actually increase by 1,000. He's still going.
Whoa, gets the
He
binding
needs to
from
be
Cuz.
careful.
And that's Final Spark again. That's not a kill you want to give 601 Lux right now.
Yeah, so 2 for 2 after all of that. However, it looks like Mapua will be able to get this turret, so that gold lead will shift to their favor. 700 gold in favor of Mapua, and all of that gold right now onto that Poppy. 3-3-1 right now, and does have the components for the Spirit Visage and probably for that Iceborne Gauntlet, so starting to build pretty tanky.
Wow, that's not what they want actually. The Lux getting
Yeah,
extra
the Lux
kills.
is going to be really scary.
Yeah.
Mid-game already has bought that Luden's
Luden.
Echo as well as Sorcerer's Shoes, so the extra magic penetration as well as that extra damage from Luden's is going to hurt, especially when you consider that Dragon is up in a minute, so Lux really strong coming into this Dragon fight.
Exactly, when considering the fact that 2 members from Mapua University required you to stick to your target. There's a Shockwave and Ignite being dropped as well. Nicely done sidestep by Nick is Such a Cutie. Will get the Cocoon rather. That's a 3v1 for Nick is Such a Cutie. Does she have Flash? No, she doesn't.
Whiffs it.
Sides steps. It's actually a long shot for the Lux rather, and it still lives from all that.
Yeah, and that's actually pretty bad coming in from CPU considering how much they burnt and how
Yeah.
much effort they put into getting that kill. Dragon is up in 40 seconds, and we should expect Cuss and Raging Tacos to recall in preparation for this Dragon. Meanwhile, that gives a little bit more breathing room for Mapua to start placing those wards and preparing for Dragon, start balancing the minion waves, start positioning themselves.
Yeah, and like to point out, it's gonna be a triple gauntlet for these 2 teams. For MIT. Triple
Oh yeah, the
gauntlet
Ezreal, Poppy, and
the
Udyr.
Udyr. Wow. I love them. Gauntlet fists.
Yeah.
It's too bad you guys can't see our gestures.
Yeah, what you just missed was Riku, like, punching the air very fast. It's, like,
Action-packed.
action-packed, guys.
Yeah, it's okay. No, it's not, they're not missing that much.
Yeah, they really aren't.
So anyway, we'll see a pause here. And what are your predictions coming into this fight? I mean, for example,
Alright.
if CPU doesn't finish in time, something like that.
So, they're gonna back away. Then they're gonna go prepare for Dragon. So, it's gonna be Mapua who starts the Dragon fight. They're gonna start the Dragon. Then,
Well,
all of a
predictions.
sudden, you're gonna see the Light Binding coming in as well as the Pillar. Someone's gonna get picked and die. Then, Mapua's gonna back away. They're probably gonna still get the Dragon, but they're gonna like lose a person or 2 in the process.
Lose a person or 2. Okay. If that happens, you don't have to give me a mystery gift anymore.
And if it doesn't,
It's even, because
and I
you
mean
owe
like
me one.
if it doesn't happen, then do I owe you another one?
Your call.
You know what? I'm confident. Let's go for
Okay,
another one.
okay.
Another one on the table.
Okay, another one on the table. What are we doing?
I have no idea.
It's actually really interesting though. So yeah, so there are our faces. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi.
How are you enjoying the game so far? Yeah. How are you enjoying the game so
I'm
far?
enjoying the game actually. It's been the first couple minutes of the game were pretty slow paced. However, we're really getting towards those mid game team
Yeah.
fights. So I'm looking forward to what's gonna happen. At this point, anyone can win the game. I actually don't know who's gonna come out on
Yeah.
top. And it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it all depends on execution for both of these teams because they both have their own strengths and weaknesses. It just depends on how they play around it, especially Cuss right now really strong with a 601 KDA at this point and double item spike as well. Luden's really painful. And just as you said, we'll see mamaya kung makakuha siya ng 1 or 2 kills or MIT's gonna get the dragon. If you're wrong,
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll see.
I'm pretty confident that's gonna happen.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Alright.
So, and once again, guys, this is the playoff match actually
Yeah.
between CPU and MIT, and this will decide who gets to face off against SLU in the playoffs. And if CPU does manage to win this game, they will be proceeding to the playoffs against SLU. However, if MIT does manage to win this game, then they will have to play another match against AMA for that slot.
Yes, and don't forget, there's going to be a match and win code later on. We're not going to say where and when. You just got to watch.
There's a lot of games today, guys.
Yeah, you just have to watch. And these are going to be pretty exciting games in terms of the weight of the games, how they weigh here in the LCL. I mean, There's a best of three, two best of three
Two best
games.
of threes, yeah.
Later on, it's DLSU versus UP and Olfu versus CSB. I mean, we really don't know right now who's gonna win.
Yeah, like any of the games.
Yeah, especially right now because
Yeah, right
both
now.
of them are pretty even. The gold lead is on MIT side, but
But
then
it's
again,
only 400 gold.
yeah,
it's
only
nothing.
400 gold. And it's still 20 minutes in. And both of them can really execute. We haven't even seen a team fight yet. It's all picks and
Yeah,
mini
it's all been like
skirmishes.
1v1. It's like my turn. Like they go in one at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Exactly.
a tag team sort of thing.
And then, even though there was Dragon, I don't think it was a 5v5 head-on team fight yet because both top laners, Pacifist and Save the Queen, we're just in the top lane, just trading.
Yeah, and it looks like both top laners are actually still in the top lane.
Yeah,
So
they like it there.
they don't have their teleports either, so I don't think they'll be showing up anytime soon.
Oh, wow. Because I'm always looking forward to that shockwave, like a 4-man or 5-man.
4-man shockwave.
5-man is pretty lucky,
Yeah.
but yeah, 4 will do it, I guess.
Well, we haven't seen any of those yet. We've only seen those 1-man shockwaves so far.
Yeah. And, you know, Nick is such a cutie doing a good job as well. Gotta point out then for Raging Tacos for avoiding that shockwave.
Yeah, that
You
was
know,
a really nice
yeah,
play.
Anticipating, diba?
He didn't go all in. He just took a step back. They forced the flash, and the shockwave was dodged.
Yeah. Anticipation is the key, right, Neith?
Yeah, it's all about reading your opponent and thinking
Ahead.
a step ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not thinking ahead. You have to think ahead compared to your opponent.
Yeah,
'Cause
okay.
What if your opponent's thinking, let's say you're thinking 1 step ahead and your opponent's thinking 2 steps ahead, then
Then
it doesn't matter that you're thinking
you're
ahead.
ahead.
Your opponent's going to still be ahead.
Okay.
So you need to be thinking ahead of your opponent.
That's better.
Yeah.
Someone quote that. Neat quotes.
No thanks.
You always reject that kind of thing. A kind of thing when I say that.
Yeah.
Why?
Because my quotes aren't worth quoting, guys.
Wow, so humble naman this Nate. Pero you do have a point. Come on.
I guess I do. However, there's probably people who can word that better than me.
Alright.
And probably people who are like a lot more famous, so...
Yeah.
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 Like,
Anyway.
there's probably some chess master who has the exact same quote. Like some chess grandmaster who has the exact same quote that I just said.
Oh yeah. Where have I read that before na parang League of Legends is like a chess match?
I think a lot of people have compared it to a chess match.
Okay, fine. Never mind. And moving on, going back to the challenger thing. Like, how many games do you play in a day? Since
How
you're
many
going to
games
school.
do I
Okay,
play?
guys.
Okay.
Interview time. This guy is from UP. What's your schedule? Monday to Friday you have school, right?
Yeah.
And then you got the challenger.
Yeah.
So that's really
okay.
important. So, how many games do you play in a day?
It really depends on my mood. Like,
Minimum of what? Maximum of what?
I always manage to fit in a game a day. However, like, if I'm really in the zone, I'll play several. Probably like 5 games or so. Like, maybe more. Maybe 10 actually.
Wow.
If I'm that motivated. However, it just really depends on your mindset and on your mood. And then I think I got the challenger in 90 games.
What? Really? 90 games? Challenger from where? Platinum?
From Platinum 1.
Huh.
How about you? How's your climb to challenger been going?
I've been really busy. That's yeah.
Alright, but
So
regardless, how far? How's your progress?
from Plat 4 and Plat 1.
That's not too bad.
Because I haven't even played this week yet. I mean ranked this week yet. So work stuff. So yeah.
But then, are we gonna see you play some rank during your stream?
Of course, definitely. I really wanna work my way up, start working my way up again. I mean, like start from diamond, just because I think my journey isn't starting yet unless I'm diamond again.
Yeah,
'Cause
well,
that's
you're
where I
almost there.
left
You're
off.
Platinum 1.
Yeah, for some reason I haven't found the time to be playing. Anyway, back to you, because college life, LCL, Bloody Blue.
Alright, sure.
So what are your advice to people like juggling school and studying? Juggling school and studying. Juggling play and studying. there.
Juggling, play, and studying, guys. Alright, so it's appropriate because this is the
Exactly,
LCL
that's
right
why I'm
now.
interviewing
Oh yeah,
you.
okay, starting to make sense. Okay, I thought it was just some random interview.
No, it's not random.
Alright, guys. So juggling, studying, and school, juggling, playing, and school, guys. Don't neglect your studies. But at the same time,
What?
at the same time, just still try to get those low games in. I don't know. I'm really bad. I'm a really
No,
bad
you're
person
You're
to.
a primary example. Kasi nga, you got the challenger and then your schedule is Monday to Friday, di ba? So,
Yeah. No, cause like this is my schedule. I go to school. I go home from school. I play. I check to see if I have anything to study or do any homework. If I do, then I do,
okay.
and then I go to sleep.
Are you the type to do schoolwork? Like, for example, you're the type na parang you don't want to bring schoolwork at home. Like, you finish everything at school and then so that when you get home, it's all just play.
No.
No, you're not the type.
No.
Okay, I used to be the type in high school. I finish all my homework at school, so by the time I get home, at least I have nothing to worry about. It's just all games. So the schoolwork first, then game. So I have nothing to worry about. That's just my advice.
No, I just procrastinate in school and procrastinate
my-
at home.
Alright.
That's
I
my
guess
style.
that's okay as long as you do it well and
Yeah, as long as you eventually do it.
eventually do it. Yeah. Cause I don't know. I mean, I can't think straight knowing I can't play comfortably if
Knowing
I
you
know
have
that
to
I
do
have
something?
Yeah, I know I have to do
Oh,
something.
okay.
That's why I put the schoolwork first and then just relax and chill afterwards.
Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. The pause has been quite the what's it called? The pause is taking quite a while. It looks like we were having some power problems actually.
Yeah.
For
CPU.
CPU.
So
There's a brownout, and where are they from actually? Like what?
where's CPU from? Elo.
Okay, so a bit far from here.
Wait. They're from Manila too.
Really? Okay.
Okay,
Well,
so anyway.
the area seems to have some power problems, so
Yeah, so
that's unfortunate. And
yeah, we will be shoutcasting a different game for now.
oh, really?
And yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, we're gonna be shoutcasting a tiebreaker game. So stick around.
Oh yeah, guys. So we didn't have any games last week. Last week
Yeah,
we had a bunch of tiebreakers for the playoffs. However, those games were not streamed, so I guess we'll be showing you some of those
yeah.
today.
Yep. So I guess we're just gonna be waiting for the game to what do you call this? To be played, to
Yeah.
be on your screens. But yeah, thank you so much for answering those questions. I bet,
They probably weren't the best answers, but maybe one of you found it interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, kasi lalo na there's a point in your college life that when thesis comes, it's just gonna be you just have to like let go of the games that you play and concentrate on that because thesis is just
Yeah.
it's gonna be like
Well, it sounds like you're talking from personal experience. Like you really struggled
it
with this.
is because I think people know about how I took a break from casting for
Yeah.
I think 2 months or a month.
Yeah.
I didn't cast for the PGS and LCL. That was because of my thesis, and it was all worth it. I mean, if you put your heart and time, knowing that you sacrifice something you love a lot, gaming, yeah, and you succeeded in your thesis, it's just parang yes, I did it. It's a relief and an achievement, and you're gonna look back into it, and then you're gonna share it to your friends or your daughter, your son, your whatever. I
Your
don't
daughter
know.
and son, and you're doing your thesis. All right.
Anyway, this is the tiebreaker game. So I just wanna clear it out on what game are we watching? What
What?
teams are we watching? So we have Jaspy.
And we have Versailles.
So
So we are watching a game between TIP versus USC, and if you guys have looked at the playoff bracket, we kind of already know who's going to win this match. So
I don't know. Don't tell me.
you don't want me to tell you?
Yeah, I don't want
All
spoilers.
right, who do you think's gonna win?
Yeah, no spoilers here. No spoilers. Nobody should get the spoilers.
All right, well, we are now. Yeah, so.
Yeah,
so this is
TIP
TIP versus USC, guys. Let's see what happens. It's 1 minute into the game. No invades, nothing. Really unfortunate that CPU versus the MIT ran into some problems. However, This is going to be another exciting game, and I'm looking forward to see what happens. 'Cause
Yeah,
I haven't
'cause-
watched this game myself.
Yeah, because there's Jana there. And meanwhile, I would like to...
There's Jana. That's what defines an exciting game. Any game with Jana is exciting. Nice, I like it.
Bias. Champion bias. So let's get a rundown first. On the TUP on the blue side, we have the top Fiora, Jaspy. I'm on my way with the Zac jungle. In the mid lane, we have Onage in the mid lane, Karma, and Versailles. How do you pronounce
Versailles.
it? Versailles. Okay, Versailles in the ADC, Lucian, and BB for the Alistar support.
And for the red side, we have USC. In the top lane, we have Tapu. Appropriate. Very appropriate name. For the jungler, we have Choi. Aoi. You know, I actually talked to him in solo queue, and he actually corrected me when I was playing solo queue. He's like, you pronounced my name wrong the last time you casted. So
it's Aoi?
Yeah, Aoi.
Aoi. Okay, no.
For the mid lane, we have Hamoud. And for the bot lane duo, we have Terrace and Choi Nellis.
Oh, BB actually getting a turret hit right there, and Versailles gets exhausted.
He's gonna die.
Heal on attack by Jana. One more hit as well. Versailles doesn't reach to get the Ezreal. That's first blood for USC.
And that was a very aggressive play coming in from BB right there. Wasn't able to make anything work out though, so unfortunate that happened.
Yeah, it looks like Jaspy is in a bit of trouble getting the minions there in, getting 1/4 HP, I think. Yeah,
so
compared to Tapu.
Sandra versus Fiora, both top laners, both very strong in the meta right now. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top.
Exactly, and then Lissandra, really one of my favorite mages in the current meta. I really love how she's able to burst someone down, lock someone down without allowing the opposite team to retaliate or try to do something, try to counter. But then I guess it's all up to
Isn't
later
that like
on.
the opposite of what a lot of the players dislike? Like a lot of the players are like, I hate champions with no counterplay.
Well, it does have a counterplay. Like yesterday, PGS, when we call this, the Lissandra, when you was trying to go into Lissandra, there's the
steal on the blue buff coming in from Aoi.
very casually as well.
Yeah.
Oops, there's Jaspy. Are they gonna collapse into Chai?
Flash over.
Aoi.
Is he gonna bother flashing over? No, he's just gonna recall in the pit.
Oh, wait, they're going in. And it's okay. He does have flash.
He needs to be careful.
Wait, they
There's a
started
full
the Rift
collapse.
Arrow. They started the Rift Arrow. Tapu just abides everybody else. I'm on my way. He does have the red buff. And he does have the passive as well, but that's the blob. Passive being cropped. Onage getting poked out by the axis of Choi Aoi. That's one auto attack. Boss move bomb left. Hamid actually getting the kill there. Meanwhile, Onage just tries and burns the flash just for safety.
Yeah, and that was a really interesting play.
Yeah.
They went for the Rift Herald. They thought they could kill Aoi or at least burn his flash. Instead, they get turned on, and that's going to be a 1-for-0 in favor of USC.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, BB actually goes in. Terraria is in trouble. Gets auto attacked by Versailles. And that is Jana just receiving some hurt as well.
Yeah, and fairly even trade coming in from that bot lane. And meanwhile, Aoi wants this top lane gank. Tapu gets stunned.
Whoopsie daisy. There's nowhere there. There is the top lane. That's Axis onto Jaspy. Second arrow is not hitting. She's still safe. Burns a flash there.
And is that the same Jaspy from Pacific Esports? I believe it is.
It is, right? It is?
Yeah, I think it is. So that is Jaspy from Pacific Esports, who were in the Pro Gaming Series last year.
Yeah.
Last season,
Last
rather.
season, last
Well,
split.
last season was
Split.
last split was last year, so I was correct.
Okay, so we're both correct.
Yeah, but you were correcting me when I was correct as well.
Okay, then I take it back.
All right.
So anyway, looks like they won't get a kill there onto Jaspy, and well, steady, but at least, not at least. I mean, Zero Tuna yung USC here at this point. It's
Yeah,
too early
so-
to tell.
See what happens. I mean, there's already actually the gold lead. Never mind. I thought the gold lead was in favor of TIP. However, 8 is bigger than 7. So no, the gold lead is in favor of USC, guys.
Yeah. And right now though, everybody's pretty much playing safe except that bot lane is pretty
Yeah, bot lane has been
aggressive.
very aggressive.
Yeah, especially the first blood just came from there, and it was a misplay by VB taking the turret hit, and well, wala palang ignite tong USC. So yeah, just taking the turret hit, miscalculating the distance of that flash, overrise, and then headbutt play.
Yeah, but it looks like the bot lane aggression is paying off. If you take a look at the CS, we do see that the Lucian is roughly 20 CS above this Ezreal right now. So, and again, actually, I just noticed that it's another Ezreal Lucian bot lane.
Yeah, you just mentioned how
Yeah.
it's always Ezreal and Lucian these days.
I want to see something like, who's a fun AD carry?
Ash.
CLG played Ash last weekend against TSM in
And
the
then people have been
LCS.
playing Caitlyn also.
Yeah, we did see Caitlyn, King of C, like
From IPT.
from IPT hate. Yeah.
Yeah. Who else is like, Urgot?
Urgot.
Would be nice, would be interesting.
I want Draven actually. Draven's really fun to watch.
Draven. Well, he's pretty alright. I mean, he's not being moved whatsoever in the patches. It's like one of those. He's like Twitch, I think. Na parang you can play him anytime. It's just that it really depends on what your comp and your strategy is gonna be.
Yeah, I guess so. And Kalista is a really popular pick in the other regions. However, not that many teams here have really played that. And here comes the slingshot.
Whoa, and that's Topo getting knocked off glacial path just for safety. And actually using the ultimate. That's an ultimate burn by Lissandra.
Yeah, he still has that flash available,
Yeah.
so not completely defenseless just yet.
Yeah. Looks like the Lissandra prioritized the blasting on first before the catalyst or the protector. So wanting to be that aggressive Lissandra against the Fiora.
And meanwhile, we do see Dragon being taken by USC. This Dragon will go uncontested, and that will be the first Dragon of the game going to USC right there.
Yeah, nice call. After spotting the Zac there at the top lane, it's a free Dragon for them. No one is able to try and contest that, and that's the first Dragon of the game going to USC.
Yeah, and see what USC is able to do with this Dragon advantage. It looks like Cho Aoi going very aggressive right now and going to invade that red buff. Fully gets spotted. I think he'll actually be able to take it before anything can happen, actually.
Yeah, everybody's pretty slow. Alistar is making his way down there, and even Karma not able to try and scare away the Olaf as well. He walks away safely with a red buff. Meanwhile, Choi Neras standing in some poke. Eye of the Storm, Zephyr, Choi Aoi, very patient and walks into BB. That's Hamud, and burns the flash for the cow. And you know what? There's a package there for Corky. I want to see some Corky package plays.
Well, oh yeah, the package is up, but there's no Dragon though, so...
Yeah. Probably later.
Yeah, probably later we're gonna see those package plays, and let's see if he's able to use it effectively. The ultimate goes down.
And Jaspy actually just scaring away the Ice Queen there. Lissandra forced to glacial pass away, but Topu still staying in lane. Does have still a bunch of cookies there just to try. Oh, Versailles very in trouble. Exhaust drops onto him. That's Choi Aoi probably just hurting. Putting so much hurt onto the Lucian, and that's 3 core members actually down, but 2 kills goes over to USC.
And that's going to be a very aggressive tower dive coming in from USC with the gold lead now, 3K in favor of them, and let's see what happens now. Looks like they will be able to take that turret, and that will put the gold lead a bit farther up in favor of USC.
Exactly, and for parang I'm on my way with trying to get a consolation prize to probably try to gank, but there's just too many wards there on top, and Topu just still has flash, so it's really hard to get him down.
Yeah, and Topu
Right
going
now,
for
and
that
that
trade.
is
He's
the
going
golden
in.
room, and that's a glacial path actually trying to mitigate the distance. Looks like there's not going to be any kills there.
Yeah, again, we do see Zac coming in once again. He is spotted up by the ward. The ping will go down, so he will just back away. And unfortunately, doesn't get that kill. Meanwhile, BB clearing out that deep ward, placing their jungle. And Jaspy going in once again. Doesn't have that much mana though, however, it looks like he just needs auto attack to really scope for this. And there's the package.
Jaspy actually landing the hurt onto the Lissandra, not being able to counter that and escape. Even though he does have flash, he still held onto it tight and suffered and died. And that is a kill onto Jaspy. He's actually, kanina siya yung nabubuli. Right now, yung Lissandra naman yung nabubuli.
Yeah, so very good 1v1 play coming in, and Choa Oi actually managed to interrupt the recall. He's going in.
That's a Ragnarok. He flashes in. Two more auto attacks rather. The Q actually misses, but he's alright. Is anybody there for the counter and tries to do a cleanup? Nope, there's no one there nearby. Actually, Zach and Karma.
Zach, he needs to be careful.
Yeah, Zach and Karma is actually there. Here's the elastic slingshot. Actually going
Whiffs
in
it.
the wrong direction. That's not where you want to go, buddy. And that is it. Choi Aoi escapes.
Yeah, Choa Oi now 2-0-2 has been doing a very good job of keeping the pressure in this game. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting. We do see that Nellis has come back into the game. And with Nellis in that mid lane, nothing will happen. Nellis now actually going back down to that bot side of the map.
Alrighty, so announcement. Looks like CPU has got their power back. We are going to shift on and proceed to our current game.
Yeah, and spoiler, USC wins. So USC won that game because they are in the playoffs against UI. And we are now back to the game we were just watching a while ago. That is CPU versus Mapua. And let's see what happens. We do see that some farming going down. Some CPU players just standing still.
Yeah, so it looks like they are back in the game. That's just a late announcement, though. So
Yeah.
yeah. So let's try to refresh and
Yeah,
you
so
know,
refresh will happen. The game is very even right now. The gold is on the Lux for that CPU side. Cuss is really, really fed right now.
Yeah, that's it.
6-0-1. And for the MIT side, we did see Poppy doing a pretty good job of bullying out this Darius a while ago. Darius, of course, 0-3 in lane. So not having the best of times. And
Yeah.
you do see the culling going down in that bot lane.
yeah, exactly. For our first-time viewers, this is a match between CPU versus MIT. This is a tiebreaker match. The match that you witnessed earlier was TIP rather versus USC. It was a tiebreaker game as well. And now, since CPU has gotten their powers back, they're back in the game, and we're ready to play. We're ready to see who's gonna win. So that is 3 members collapsing onto MIT's bot lane. Nicely done, Cocoon onto Achilles, and right now he's in trouble. The kill will go to Yan. But an effortless kill. Save the Queen, goes on to the aggression here on Pacifist. Half HP, picks up the shield, casually walks away. As I'm gonna kill that ward right there. And I'm going back to you! And that is a nicely done dash. Nope, apprehend will not connect.
Yeah, and very good trading coming in from this Poppy right now. Dragon is actually being started by CPU. The light bind does connect, and Awesome's going to be taken down extremely low.
Well, Awesome running for his life right now. Even the Grob joined in into the fight. Meanwhile, here in the top lane, again, blue team has played the Dragon. CPU gets their first Dragon of the game, and right now, Shockwave goes in. Thunderlord, no follow-up. They want that one auto attack left, but there's a shield, and Nick is such a cutie. Still pretty healthy, but running out of mana, running out of juice. Meanwhile, Pacifist making his distance, gets slammed into the wall. One more auto attack, actually gets the Q proc, gets the heal back, and that saved the Queen very healthy.
Oh,
Flashes
this is
in,
it.
gets the minion instead, and that is Save the Queen, saving the day. He gets the kill.
Yeah, but here comes the teleport by Cuss. Let's see if he is able to get that kill. Light binding. Actually, the E does not actually hit, and he will
Yeah.
just go clear the minions and save that turret.
Probably gonna search and try. Okay, never mind. There's 3 members there, just warding up. And yeah, home guard rushing in, not finding the Poppy for the revenge kill. Oops, they do find Frog Juice interrupting the teleport from Save the Queen. Meanwhile, Nick, such a cutie, just trying to scare the other members away from CPU.
Yeah, and with that, we do see that there is now 1 kill now for Save the Queen. 4-3 should be able to pick up that Iceborne Gauntlet. Light binding connects onto Nick is such a cutie.
Whoa! Final spark right there. Just a couple of more hits. Forced to use a flash. Achilles just jumps over onto nicely done pillar, but no follow-up whatsoever. Ezreal making his way up on the mid lane. And meanwhile, they're not bothering MIT in this mid lane. And they're just landing the poke here.
Yeah, so you see that 4 members of CP are now in this mid lane. They should be trying to get that turret.
Whoa! Is
And that's a lot
Nazir
of
gonna
damage.
kill? And Krogju is actually very, very advanced. And no, Versailles is not here. Versailles was on the previous
Yeah,
game.
Versailles was in the TIP versus USC game.
Yeah, because of that, what do you call this? The blue buff. That's another final spark being unleashed. Once again, everybody just retracts, goes back. But that's another turret for CPU.
Yeah, and so the gold advantage now in favor of CPU. Only a slight lead though, however, that's only roughly 1,000 in favor of CPU. And it looks like we do see Mapua trying to go for a counterplay, trying to get this mid turret in response to that mid turret. Of course, he's very low. Nice shockwave.
Two-man shockwave. Thunderlords. Awesome goes in with the Phoenix Stacks. Everybody's burning. Awesome has slain the Raging Tacos. And Cuz
Gets
will
the
get
snipe.
the true shot barrage. The girlfriend has slain the boyfriend right here. And just one more auto attack. Save the Queen knows her priorities. And that's the turret. And now the turret's done. I'm gonna get you instead. Pacifist just dashing in. And that's a nicely done Keeper's Verdict as well. 1/4 HP. Save the Queen. Super tanky. And decides not to pursue anymore. Just scares away the Darius.
And with that, that was a huge gold shift in favor of Mapua. That's going to be 2,000 gold in favor of them, and this should be another 1,000 going in once this turret falls. Really nice use of the shield, blocking the entire culling. That turret, of course, taken down very low.
Nicely done, and that's why Braum, one of the best right now. You're right. I mean, with Lucian and Ezreal right now being the top tier, Braum is really, really strong.
Yeah, he blocks everything. Well, he doesn't block the Q, actually, from Lucian, which is really annoying.
Oh yeah, it passes through.
Yeah, which I learned that the hard way. Like playing solo queue, then having my AD carry die like 2 times in a row, cause
You tried to shield,
yeah,
but then it does.
it just
does
goes
nothing.
through you.
Yeah,
And that's really sad.
or at least the culling. Culling's pretty annoying, and it tries to deny the clears as well.
Yeah, it's really satisfying blocking every single bullet.
The way it feels, the way it sounds.
Yeah, and like, even though you can't feel it, like you actually can't actually feel it, it's like you can. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, League of Legends.
League of Legends.
So anyway, just as you said, gold shift onto MIT. They've been doing really, really well in terms of countering the moves of CPU as of this moment. And right now, it looks like they're controlling the pace of the game,
Yeah.
and CPU is on the defensive side.
And Mapua has done actually a really good job of establishing the vision control, further adding to the control of the game. They have wards in that bot side of the map, they have wards in that top side, so they can spot all the movements of this CPU team and just really make the plays around the map and force them to adapt and force them to react. And we do see that the Lord Dominic's Regard has been built by the Ezreal, and he has completed that Murman as well. So that is a huge power spike coming in. He will be doing a lot of damage coming into these team fights. And that's going to be really scary.
Yeah, right now CPU is just waiting for the right moment, waiting for some MIT misplay there, because I'm pretty sure MIT really wants to go aggressive on this. Save the Queen really in a good spot as of this moment. And that's a 2v1, potentially 2v1. Save the Queen, super tacky, gets apprehended, gets pulled in. Save the Queen, 1/4 HP. Keeper's Verdict doesn't hit anybody. Pacifist will get the kill. And that's a tower as well for CPU.
Yeah, that was a very questionable play. Should have just gone out immediately. Decided to stick around, however. It looks like there's a really good rotation coming in from Mapua. They are going for that bot lane turret. However, it looks like CPU has responded with that Baron call. But I think Mapua might be able to take 2 turrets from this. Might even possibly get that inhibitor as well. And yeah,
They decide
CPU
not to.
with the undecisive calls. And they're actually going to get punished really hard for not going for that Baron and instead recalling. They wasted 20 seconds right there.
So MIT decided to back away as well because they made their call. Meanwhile, that's Udyr making his way to the Baron side. Tomori will fight.
Painful.
Pacifist, super painful. True shot barrage. He gets reeled in. Awesome doesn't even have to be here. Just witnesses the action happen. He's like, he stood there like, hey, what's up, man? Yeah,
Hi, guys.
Hi. Nothing, man. I just killed the Darius. It's okay.
It's
okay.
And then he just backs away.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a nicely placed pillar. Wow, pillar.
That's new.
Pillar by Krug Juice. What's a Krug Juice?
Well, the Krug, right?
Yeah, and the
Juice.
juice.
But then, I don't know.
You mix
I think it's best to just not think about it.
Okay, oh, Raging Tacos rappels to safety. Where is he gonna land? He still has the shield. Achilles right now in the middle of it all. And that is Krogju's rather in the middle of it all. Yan Yan still pretty safe right now. Uses a flash. The Charlie's forced to use a flash. He's safe right now. Yan Yan also flashing as well. Binding connects onto Awesome. Where's the final spark? There it is. Not enough because everybody's pretty tanky right now. That is the problem of CPU.
That was a very good play coming in by Mapua. They knew they had their power spike. They knew that they were in the advantageous spot to win those team fights. So they forced the Baron. The moment they saw one of the CPU members, they switched targets, immediately went for that fight. And while they were only able to get 1 kill, they managed to get that dragon. They managed to create more tempo for themselves. And that's going to be a really good position for Mapua right now.
Yeah, CPU really losing their... They pretty much lost their chance of bursting targets around when they got the
not really having the
Visage.
best game.
And then Abyssal Scepter for Nick is such a cutie. And Solari for the Braum. So at this point, but at least there's the Void Staff. So it's gonna help Lux a bit there with all the magic resist that MIT has.
And the Rabadon's death cap now completed by Nick is such a cutie, so that's going to be a very painful Orianna as well as a really painful Ezreal. Ezreal looking to build that Blade of the Rune King to add some sustain as well as add some dueling potential with that board.
Yep, it looks like Raging Taco does fine. Achilles, where's the final spark? They're probably gonna save it for last. And Achilles in trouble. Now Domori wasn't able to save his buddy, and that's -1 for MIT.
Yeah, and it's not the best trade. However, I mean, it's not the worst thing to happen.
Whoa!
Doesn't hit.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. Now Domori actually full HP.
And he's painful.
Yeah, he is right now with a red buff. Everybody's Krugju's must be careful. Meanwhile, save the queen. Really, really tanky. And get the binding. Actually,
That was
doesn't
actually
mind.
a decent amount of damage despite how tanky that save the queen is.
Again, it's the Void Staff and the Elixir of Sorcery.
Yeah, definitely.
I was choosing between Elixir of Sorcery or Elixir of Magic, so it's
You just chose the one that was fancier.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out for you. It is the Elixir of Sorcery.
Yay! So anyway, lots of vision from MIT actually.
Yeah.
CPU lacking that vision control compared to their enemy team.
Mapua has just been doing a very good job of establishing that vision control, and as a result, they're able to play on the aggressive side and just force CPU to react to whatever they do. And CPU, they really just need to get those picks, really. They did a good job of getting the pick onto the Braum, however, Braum not really the best target to get a pick on. And let's say if they managed to if they got a pick on the, let's say for example, the Ezreal instead, they might have been able to take an objective from it.
Wait, ZZ-Rot is enabled now? Because I see the mantle for the ZZ-Rot thing.
Maybe he doesn't know. Because I know there's some Reddit posts where it's like, I was about to buy ZZ-Rot and then I realized that it was disabled or something like that. We'll see. Maybe it is.
Maybe it is. Maybe what else
Or
does
maybe
it
he's
build?
getting Ohm Wrecker.
Ohm Wrecker, yeah. We'll see.
But Ohm Wrecker Udyr is pretty weird.
Yeah, that's true. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe if he sells it, we know what's up now.
And Darius was actually forced to teleport back to his own turret. He got caught out as Udyr was on the hunt, and Darius is playing very safe and teleported.
Oh, is this gonna be a 1v1 here? Guess not. There's Krugjuice for the backup. That's a nicely done pillar by Krugjuice, but there is no follow-up whatsoever, and Braum is there as well just to help assist the binding connect, and there's the final spark. There's a shockwave in, and the burst is just insane from Nick. He's such a cutie. It's so painful.
Yeah, that death fire cap doing a lot. That death cap doing a lot of damage, and he does have the additional long rod as well. This turret might fall. It looks like we do see Mapua running a 1-2-2-1 split push style. They have taken that mid lane turret, and they are looking to take this top lane turret as well, going on the aggressive.
Wow, one more auto attack just to proc the stun. Nicely done shield again by Achilles. Meanwhile, Pacifist knows his target prioritization. Saves the queen, actually eliminates ADC before he dies. Awesome, the only one left. That's a 3v1, guys, and that's again a dunk onto the Udyr. Meanwhile, Oriana running for his life. Nicely done sidestep to avoid the cocoon. But meanwhile, Nick is such a cutie. 1/4 HP. Bot lane though getting pushed. Exhaust onto the Oriana. Just one more auto attack. Raging Tacos will get the kill. But they lose a turret there. That's a 3 for 3 for 2 and a turret.
3 for 2 in favor of CPU. However, Mapua was able to take 3 turrets from that trade, so really good job from Mapua right there. They do have that gold lead right now. That is a 4K gold lead in favor of Mapua, so
Yeah.
they are in a very good spot right now.
Exactly, and I sort of want to know, Udyr is back, probably going to buy something. I wonder what he's going to buy.
It looks, yeah, I have no idea what he's gonna turn that. He hasn't bought, he hasn't spent anything.
He sold it.
He sold
it and turned it into a giant spell.
So I guess he was going to buy that ZZ portal. Noticed, wow, it's disabled.
Disabled. Okay.
And then sold it for that giant spell.
Okay, it's okay.
And sorry, everyone makes mistakes.
Yep.
I mean,
I think there was
They-
this
they-
time.
they
There was
could've
this
done
time that
worse.
Skirmishers was no, Devourer was disabled,
yeah.
and then I remembered somebody played Master Yi, and then it's disabled, but it's okay. You can still work
You can
with
make
warriors.
warrior, yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, out of all the embarrassing things you can do competitive, that's not the worst. Like, I've seen people walk around with 2 boots, like in I think in LCS or something like that.
Yeah, the mobility.
Yeah,
which I
double
remember.
mobility boots, 1 for each foot. you
Yeah.
know.
And double chalice, I remember
Yeah,
that
so
happened.
not the worst thing.
Yeah,
And it looks
it's
like
okay.
Awesome is going to have that giant spell as well as the chain vest. So looking to get that dead man's plate to help with the chasing.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna see some action here. Dragon's about to spawn in a while, in 1 second. And looks like they have the vision control.
Yeah.
MIT has a lot of wards there spawned in the riverside. And looks like CPU just want to try and pressure and manage the waves in preparation for this dragon.
And looks like we do see a lot of items being completed right now. We do see that the Hourglass has been completed by the Oriana. Meanwhile, we do see Ezreal with that Bork, and Lucian's actually been doing a pretty good job of getting that farm and getting those items. Does have that rapid fire cannon, Dominic's, as well as the Essence Reaver and BT. So lots of damage on Yan Yan, and a fight should break out soon.
Yeah, really, really nice zoning by the ball of Oriana here. And let's see though, Dragon is half HP. Here comes the teleport. Shockwave only hits Raging Tacos, no damage at all. Rappel just avoids the Glacial, the ultimate from Braum. Meanwhile, Frog Juice pretty low right now. Awesome. Explodes from the damage after he gets rooted as well. Double kill for an illusion. Nick is such a cutie. Gets apprehended. That's a golden Oriana for you. Now somebody in trouble as well. Now he's on a killing spree, but now he's dead. Triple kill now for the Lucian. And that is Yan Yan just killing everybody.
And
shut down. And that's an ace.
Really good
for
job
CPU.
coming in from Yan Yan and Cuss. And like I was talking about earlier, right before that fight broke out, Yan Yan has been doing a good job of getting those items, and those items really paid off. That was an amazing team fight. Actually, I have no idea what happened. There was so much stuff going on, but
Yeah.
in the end, CPU comes out on top despite being at a goal deficit, and they actually still are at a goal deficit. They're 3K behind right now. However, that gold lead should start to fall by quite a bit. They are looking to take 1 more turret, and wow.
Darius is just really tanky right
Yeah,
now.
Darius
And
actually managed to get 3 kills, I think. 2
Yeah.
kills or so during that fight.
And for some reason, and that was a really nice rappel from Raging Tacos. I mean, yeah, the ultimate from Braum zoned out members of CPU, but she avoided all that. And I saw the shockwave of Nick is such a cutie. Only hit 1 person.
Yeah, so
which
that was really unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. And it seemed like it did no damage at all. They have double Solari there. They have Abyssal Scepter. So it mitigates really the damage of Oriana here. Especially the fact that, for example, Lux has that Void Staff, and then Oriana doesn't have the ways
Yeah,
to
only has that
actually
Abyssal
pierce.
Scepter.
Yeah.
That's not really that much. There's only 20 magic resist penetration.
Yeah.
And let's see how MIT responds. That might have been quite a surprise to them. I don't think they were expecting to lose that team fight.
Exactly. Especially
And
they have been on top of
Now
everything.
there is a shift in the tempo and in that momentum, and it's now CPU who is actually in that position to make those plays.
Exactly, and right now they're doing the dragon dance, just trying to establish vision here with scuttle control as well. And I guess the factor there that's getting us a fight is the shockwave. not hitting the right targets.
Yeah, that's really important when you're playing that Orianna.
Yeah.
That does a lot of damage, and that CC is very valuable to these team fights. And not
Yeah.
having that is just really crucial. And go ahead.
Exactly. Kanina kasi nakita naman natin that Huss and then Yan can be bursted like instantly, you know?
Yeah, they are extremely squishy targets, and they managed to survive the entire team fight. So that says a lot about what CPU is doing right and what Mapua is doing wrong.
And Lucian, I mean, kung kanina Lucian survived and he was pretty healthy at the end of the
Yeah.
fight. And right now he's gonna wear a Seraph Queen while Yan leading the front line, calling as an icy place killer. Just awesome. Cocoon as well. He's stopping. He wasn't moving anymore. It's a
So
stun
much
lock.
CC coming in right there. And it's like, what is CPU gonna do now? They're actually doing what they needed to do. They needed to get those picks. Very good light binding, very good pillar, very good cocoon coming in. And now they're gonna look to get this Baron. Let's see if Mapua can do anything about this. This Baron is already halfway down. Krug Juice needs to be careful.
Whoopsie daisy. That's the
Ow,
final spark.
wow,
Now
wow,
Tomori
wow.
very low in HP. Exhaust as well. Pacifist really wants some kills. Two members are zoning away the members of MIT. Meanwhile, that's a two-man Shockwave. Tanky target. Save the Queen eliminates the Trundle. Meanwhile, that is Save the Queen getting binded. Yan in a very good position. Nobody's bothering at the moment. Free hit, boys. Free hit. And that is a flash as well. Thinking the security will fall. Tomori is running for his life. Doesn't hit the Q for the slow. And that's the culling as well. Forced to use a flash. In just a couple of hits, they decide. They know their priorities. They're going mid.
And that was actually a really well played, actually. Coming in from Nigga Such a Cutie and coming in from Cuss. That was actually a pretty good shockwave.
Yeah.
Enabling them to get those kills. However, we did see Cuss with that really nice light binding, hitting 3 members. They got the light binding onto 2 members, then the ultimate actually hit 3 people. So lots of damage going down, and really well played coming in by both teams, actually.
Yeah, but then CPU does have the Baron buff, and they have 2 members still with it.
Yeah, so with this Baron buff, they're probably going to be looking to take those outer turrets. That mid inhibitor is dead, so they do have a lot of pressure being built in that mid lane. So I guess they can opt to go for probably a one. Let's send one person in that mid lane to just keep them occupied, and you send the rest towards that bottom turret to just take that turret.
Yeah, looks like Awesome is making his way.
It could really work out.
Yep. And there's Yan getting the signal. Actually, that is also getting the signal. Yan rushing in. It's fine. Everybody's so preoccupied here, clearing the waves in the mid lane with the open inhibitor.
Yeah, it looks like they are actually going to be looking to take this bottom turret. They're actually going very interesting approach where they're sending that Darius towards that top lane. And they're going to be sending Lux as well. So 3-2-0-3. That is actually a really bad rotation, as you leave your bot lane very vulnerable, as there's no one to really respond if they decide to go all in. So I really don't like this play coming in from CPU. They do need to be careful.
Well, both of them does have teleport.
That
so
is true.
I guess that is okay. And it actually splits them up. One, Poppy's forced to go there, but he doesn't have the best wave clear in the world. So this is probably gonna go down. They don't have any no? They don't have any Baron buff there at the top.
Yeah, they don't. However, it looks like they should be able to get this turret, and Dragon's up in 1 second. So in the end, this rotation worked out very well for CPU. They got that top lane turret. They will be able to get this Dragon, and that inhibitor has just spawned. So will they be looking to take that inhibitor? And something I noticed is that despite Mapua being down right now, they've actually been doing a very good job of maintaining the vision control all throughout the game. The vision control has been on point compared to CPU, where CPU has pretty awkward warding spots, and it's really dark actually coming from them.
Yeah, they only warded the things in some bot lane.
Yeah, and
which
those
is
aren't
where
really
they
the best spots to ward, really.
Yeah. I would say they're powering their way through here for the inhibitor. They do still have the Baron buff. That's a binding connected to Nick is such a cutie. Nick is such a cutie. Will not be able to get the hurt, but there's apprehend.
That's a nice
Two-man
shockwave.
Shockwave. Krug uses the middle of it all. Meanwhile, Raging Chop is very low. Double Solari. That's a shield. Many shield for days. And that's now somebody eliminating the Elise Knight. Binding, but Yan again super healthy as of this moment. And gets free hit
that
again
Darius.
from everybody. Pacifist with the shield. He's very gigantic right now. Gets the kill, and that is a free inhibitor for CPU.
And
Whoops! Okay.
Wow, that was actually a really good play by Darius. Despite Darius being so behind in this early game, come to these late game team fights, he's doing so much. He's being such a huge threat. Lots of damage coming down. He's extremely tanky as well. And looks like CPU is actually looking to end this game. It's only 3 members left, and those 3 members don't have the most damage. Nice light binding.
Nicely done, light binding. Meanwhile, Save the Queen does have the Guardian's Angel. You still have 2 lives left, and Final Spark again. 1 more auto attack. Achilles will fall. CPU Pacifist will get the kill. Meanwhile, Save the Queen, 1/4 HP. Binding does not connect, but that's Yan Yan in the front line. Gets dashed in by Save the Queen. They know their priorities, and they're just hitting on the towers right now. Save the Queen has revived. Happy birthday to you. Awesome. Right now, just trying to just stun everybody else. Shut down for Solution, but that will be a Poppy dead. And after 44 minutes, CPU wins the game against Mapua Institute of Technology.
And they will be making it to the playoffs. So that is CPU securing their spot in the playoffs. They will be facing against SLU, I believe, tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow.
So
Ooh.
really well played coming in from CPU, and good effort coming in from MIT. They played their best. Unfortunately, it was not enough. And that's going to be our first game. And
Yeah.
I really just have to give credit to all members, actually, of CPU.
Yeah, they did
Cus
well.
played really well all throughout. Raging Cockles had some really nice cocoons that were really crucial to them getting
nice
that lead.
Nice side steps as well. And then Yan Yan with great
Yeah,
positioning.
very good positioning,
Yeah.
doing lots of damage in those team fights. And if you take a look at the graphs, actually, I believe he probably had the most damage dealt to champions. Yep, he did. So really well played. And
yeah, so what's our next match? Our next match is going to be...
next match will actually be Olfu versus CSB. We will no longer be having AMA versus MIT because of CPU coming out on top.
Oh, wow. So AMA is not in the playoffs
so unfortunately
anymore?
they're not in the playoffs either.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Okay,
Why?
so...
Were you cheering for AMA?
I love everybody. So anyway... anyway, we are gonna have Olfu versus CSB. So, yeah, great first match, great opening. So don't forget, meron pa tayong match and win, which will appear at any point for today's LCL stream. So guys, take note, Olfu versus CSB, best out of 3. Best out of 3. It's parang matagal ko na kasi hindi na-witness yung best out of 3 here in the LCLs because it is the playoffs now. So guys, next game, I'm GS Riku.
And I'm GS Neep.
See you guys later.
When spirits are low, I'll turn your doubts into hope. Just